Travel nursing can bring you to places you've never been before. Tell us your story.
Hi. So it's Tuesday. I think I'm a little early. It's not quite 2 o'clock. And it's Rita at the Travel Nurse channel. I thought we'd talk about today about all these assignments. Oh gosh. So it's Tuesday. I'm running. I'm getting feedback. I'm sorry. But I thought we'd talk about all the assignments that are out there right now. And so you have all these factors. You have COVID still going on, actually like another surge of it. And you have the winter months, which traditionally, people are sicker, the weather, the people get kind of, it's the holidays, so they postpone things that they know they need to take care of. And then they wind up overdoing it and wind up in the hospital. So you have the winter stuff going on with the weather and so forth. And then you have the holidays where traditionally there's a bigger need because people are using their paid time off or their holiday time and so forth, taking vacations if they can, although not too many people are traveling. So there's a big surge in the need at this time of the year without a pandemic. But with a pandemic, there's the need is, I want to say, it's more urgent, it's more intense, and staff people are feeling the crunch as well. They're constantly asked to be coming in on their days off, and they're getting overworked and so forth. And so, and then you have that. Then you have staff that have been utilized for overtime, and then they need a break because they're either exhausted or they're ill. So every time I'm live, I wind up touching my face or my hair. So here's my sanitizer. I will wash those hands. Okay, so anyway, so I thought I'd give you some tips so you can take control. You can consider your next assignment, and there are many. So what's the first thing I want to mention? What I did was I searched where are there travel assignments now in December 2020, and the first 3 ads were a major travel company said they're offering $6,900 a week. $6,900 a week. Okay, so that is a grabber. That is a grabber. It normally takes many, many weeks to make that. So you have to ask a lot of questions. If you call that staffing company, I'm calling because I saw that ad, then you have to find out where and what the qualifications are and whittle it down to, is it possible for you to do an assignment, make $6,900 a week for 13 weeks potentially. The second ad I saw said, and that also said free housing. I mean, all kinds of enticing information for a travel nurse. So sometimes if it looks too good to believe, don't believe it. Although if you ask the right questions, it may be. It actually may be. The next staffing company that I saw, or a travel staffing company, is one of the ones that does the crisis, that does the short-term assignments, 1 week, 2 weeks, 4 weeks. They were advertising 4- and 8-week assignments with free housing, benefits, and bonuses. So that would be one to check out. And then another travel company that I'm not as familiar with, doesn't mean it isn't a big deal travel company. Oh, there I go, touching my hair again. They're offering 51 grand, 51,000 and 0 cents for a 13-week assignment. That actually comes out to be pretty close to $4,000 a week. $4,000 a week. It's still way more than the average salary that nurses are making. Let me, oh, where's my calculator? I think if you work 40 hours a week, let's see, go to a calculator. If you work 40 hours a week, that's full time, right? Let's divide that. 4,000 divided by 40. No, I did something wrong. 4,000 divided by 40. Yeah, that's $100 an hour. That's not usual pay. That is extraordinary pay and good if you're working hard and that's what they want to pay you. Wonderful. But ask a lot of questions is what I would say. So that was a staffing company that was saying they're paying $51,000 for 13 weeks. Turns out to be pretty close to almost $4,000 a week, which turns out to be about $100 an hour. So in the Bay Area and San Francisco, they were offering even more than the $51,000. They were offering like $65,000. Unbelievable. So that turns out to be just crazy. $6,000, $7,000 a week. Ask a lot of questions. There is a need, correct. Actually, there's a pandemic. There's a lot of ICU critical care patients and crisis situations where they need staffing desperately. So the coronavirus is another wave of the crisis. And, oh, you know what? Shoot, guys, sorry. I want to leave myself up. I'm live. It's Rita at Travel Nurse Channel, and I'm here on Tuesdays and to talk about all kinds of things for travelers, travel nurses primarily, but all travelers. And today we're talking about where there are assignments during this time of the year. It's December 2020. It's winter time. It's holiday time, and it's pandemic. It's still pandemic time. So those factors are creating a whirlwind of work for nurses. There's always a whirlwind of work for travel nurses, and a lot of nurses have made a career out of it. And some nurses are thinking about it, and many hospitals, urgent cares, long-term facilities, skilled nursing facilities, oncology centers, medical centers, teaching hospitals, smaller hospitals, rural hospitals, home health, hospice, you name it, there's a need and there's a spot for travel healthcare workers. So that exists, but it's quite, in December 2020, it's quite a gigantic over-the-top need. And you're going to see a lot of things saying 10,000, 5,000 a week, 6,000 a week, as high as 7,000. This is what I saw in the San Francisco Bay Area, as much as $7,637 a week. I don't know what that means. Does that mean more than 12 hours? Does that mean the first week? Is that with a bonus, without a bonus? So you have a lot of questions to ask. And where are the assignments? They're all over the United States. California particularly, Southern California, Northern California, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and beyond in California, there are needs. Texas, there's assignments anywhere. So if you call one of these companies, if you see these ads like I see, 6,900, 7,600, one of them just says an average of 99,000. And I'm thinking, what? And maybe, excuse me, I think I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Sometimes when you say I'm going to sneeze, you don't. But I did. Okay. Okay. In the ads, you will see information that you want to make sense out of. You know what? I'm sorry I'm on a time crunch today. I don't see anybody checking in. I do want to say this, and then I'll get back to some of the key things. But I'm going to probably not make it through the hour because I have to be somewhere. It's usually I am live on Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday from 2 to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Oh, there we go. Hello. Somebody said Travel Nurse Channel. COVID? Yeah, COVID is here. It's not going anywhere. But the exciting thing is the vaccine is out, and that's amazing. Now we can say a lot of terrible things about this last 4 years of our presidency, but he did make that happen, and I'm really grateful. My mom is in a long-term facility, and she's very, very with it. She had a big stroke 9 years ago, but she's emphysema and asthma and bronchitis, so we want her to get the vaccine. And so I'm very, very grateful. Either this week or next week she'll be getting it. I can't wait for the word. So we did have a president that made that happen. And we all, if anybody has been in the medical field, knows it takes such a long time. It takes years and years and years to get medicines made and approved. It's a huge, huge thing. So that meant a lot of different groups and chiefs had to get together and pull out all the stops to make this happen and make it happen safely. So very excited about a vaccine. I will get one. I am in the senior age, so and I have a little asthma myself, so a couple of things, it depends if you're in a higher risk. I have to say, I usually say I'm a pretty healthy aging white woman, but I do, on paper, I have some conditions, so I probably should be on the lookout to get that vaccine in the next wave of when it's available. But the things I wanted to tell you to look out for, and particularly if you're a newer grad, if you're a first-time traveler, if you haven't traveled in a while and you're considering traveling now, first of all, thank you. Thank you for what you do. And all the different agencies and companies and recruiters and so forth are looking for you and need you and ask your questions. If an ad said something like 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 a week, or 99,000 a year, or 51,000 for a 13-week assignment, or free housing, lots of bonuses, lots of benefits, ask. What do I need to do? Can you tell me about those assignments? Do I qualify? And what would it take to qualify for that? Because you know who you are. You say, I'm an ICU nurse, or I'm a long-term nurse with a lot of experience. I have a license in this state or that state and whatever. So ask your questions, have your information all about you ready to go when you talk to one of these agencies or a recruiter. But here are words that you will see. Compact states. What are compact states? Compact states are a group of states where one license works in several. I should have had that information in front of me. I always think about the compact states, but I forget to research. I don't want to make a mistake, but I'll give you a fictitious, for example. So say Florida, Alabama, and Georgia, whatever. Maybe compact states often will touch each other, on the map. So that's totally, I'm pulling that out of the air. But let's just go with that for the moment. So say Florida, Alabama, and Georgia are 3 states in a compact state. That means if you got a license in Florida and you wanted to travel to Georgia or Alabama, you could. Not really, because I'm making it up. But that's what a compact state license does. So that's kind of interesting. If you're in a colder state, maybe you're in Minnesota or Wisconsin or North Dakota or someplace where it's colder, you think, I need to get some sunshine, I'm ready to travel, and find out where the southern compact states are, where there's warmer weather. You're on the Gulf Coast, more sunshine, could be nice. Okay, local travel is another, let me list them first. So these are things you may see in ads, as well as these fantastic weekly or 13-week or, crisis pay, ICU crisis pay. So in these ads, where you see all these wonderful rates, 5,000, 6,000 a week, 7,000, and so forth, you might see these things as well. Work for compact states, local travelers, first-time travelers, teaching facilities, advanced jobs, walk-through states. So there's just a lot of information to decipher. And if you don't know what it means, ask. For example, I live in such and such, and I've been practicing nursing in that state. Let's just say Alabama. I'm not sure why I'm saying Alabama. I think it may be part of a compact state. Texas might be, I'm not sure. Arizona might be, I'm not sure. But there are several states that have this compact state license where it's interchangeable in several states. So ask questions about that. Local traveler is usually, oh, hello, Joe. Sorry, I'm not paying attention. Joe Hernandez says the nursing licensure compact allows nurses to have one license to practice. Well, thank you, a professional. Joe, you should come on and talk to me on the site when we're live. The Nursing Licensure Compact, it's called NLC, allows nurses to have one license to practice in multiple states. There are currently 34 states which have enacted NLC legislation, meaning that they recognize the multi-state license or have such legislation pending. For a full list of NLC states. That's awesome. Okay, next time I go live, I will list some of those compact states. 34 of them have that going on. So 50 states, right? That's the majority, many of them. So that's really exciting, Joe. I think that's grown since I was aware of the compact state licenses. So that's great. Thank you so much. Please call me sometime and we'll go live together. You might have other information that would be helpful. I don't know if you're a recruiter or a nurse or a legislator, but thank you. How wonderful that you happen to tune in. Okay, so Joe has given us good information. And if you want to come live sometime, Joe, I'm doing this weekly, or we could even pre-record it, whatever is easy for you, whenever you have a few minutes. My number is 800-737-6518. My email is rita@travelnursechannel.com. So other things you might see besides the compact state license or the NLC, Nursing Licensure Compact, is that the job is at a teaching facility, that advanced jobs are available. So that might mean they're looking for specialty or advanced practice nurses or nurse practitioners or physician assistants. It can mean a variety of things. Another thing you might see is walk-through state. You might see first-time travelers. So ask lots and lots of questions and see what is available to you, because the need is now. The need is December 2020 for a variety of reasons. The hospitals are fairly overwhelmed with winter illnesses. A young college friend of ours, our friend's son, came down. And here's another thing. Educate each other, talk to one another. College kids, he's on break, right? So what a great thing to do with a break. And he's actually, bless his heart, he's on track for pre-med. So just out of high school about a year or so, he's at the college, he's on break, and what happens? He's sick, and he doesn't really say anything. He's doing what he does, his sports and whatever. He's got a couple of brothers, and his neck started hurting. He thought he was a little feverish. He felt terrible. He doesn't say anything to his parents for 3 days. By day 3, he's so sick. He's 104 temperature. He's got a terrible, painful neck. And what else did he have? Blurred vision. So they rush him to urgent care and get a CAT scan and get some labs and so forth. They're terrified that he's going to die or something of COVID. It's not COVID. It was pharyngitis. And they told me meningitis, and I was really upset. It wasn't meningitis, it's pharyngitis. And he's on the mend, thank God. But here's the thing to teach one another. When you have a fever, particularly a high fever, when you have pain, these things are not normal. That's the body telling you. That's your warning sign that you're ill. You need to do something about it. Take action. At least call your healthcare professional. Oh, good grief. Anyway, folks, I'm sorry I'm rushing and I'm going in a million directions, but my message today is that there are many, many travel jobs, particularly for nurses, also for respiratory therapists. God bless you all that are doing it. X-ray technologists, MRI techs, occupational therapists, all of you. There's a need, and you'll see big dollar signs. Ask questions, okay? And I hope you get the money you deserve. You do deserve it. You work hard, but get clarification, okay? It says first-time traveler. Does that $6,000 a week apply to you? What does it take? Okay, ask about the licensure. Ask about the compact states, the licensure for the compact states known as the NLC, Nursing Licensure Compact. Ask what they mean by walkthrough states. Ask what they mean by advanced jobs. Ask what they mean by teaching facilities. Usually those are university hospitals, and it's quite different than, say, a private hospital or a district hospital or a public hospital. So all of that. Thank you so much, Joe, for helping with that information. And thank you, everybody out there that's watching. I'll be back. It's Rita at the Travel Nurse Channel. And we're here. We're a liaison. We're a home away from home for all travelers. We talk about all things healthcare and travel related. And you're welcome to come on and do a video with me. I have room for many, many, many. I've usually only had one other at a time, so it's usually 2. But I could do 4. I could do 8. I could do more. I'd love to do it. I'd love to stream with you. And that's it for now. Okay, it's already December 15th, so we're 10 days away from Santa Claus. But we'll be here every week. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm gonna sign off with our cute little commercial, and I understand that there's a new one coming, so be on the lookout. Maybe it will be in the new year, but I like this commercial. Okay, nurses, techs, therapists, doctors, have a great week.
Travel nursing can bring you to places you've never been before. Tell us your story.